Start in a seated position. Sit in a position that's comfortable for you. You might want to use a block for underneath you to get those hips a little bit higher than the knees. Makes sitting a little bit more comfortable. You can use your blanket as well, or just stay on the ground, whatever's most comfortable for you. Roll the shoulders back over the hips. Don't jut out the chin, but keep the neck nice and in line with the spine and the back. Close your eyes and bring the gaze to that third eye center, that space right between the eyebrows. Take a nice big inhale up. And as you exhale, allow the prana or the breath to travel all the way down the spine to the sitting bones. Watch that breath. Feel the chest raise. Feel the head extend towards the sky. Feel the shoulders relax back. And as you exhale, feel the whole body letting go. Let the mind clear of anything that might have happened in the past, anything in the future. Just be in the present moment. Keep the muscles in the face relaxed. On your inhalation, feel the rise of the chest, the expansion of the belly. As you exhale, feel the heart soften. Feel the belly pulling back. Slowly inhale up those arms all the way up towards the sky. Spread the fingers really wide here. Bring the hands together. And then exhale them slowly in front of the heart center. Spread the fingers wide. And then gently push the hands towards one another. Not real firmly, not super hard, but with intention. And then place the thumbs on the chest. Come back to that breath. Take a moment to set your intention for the class. Release those hands down. Inhale the arms up once again. This time look up at the fingers. Exhale them down in front of the heart center. Interlace those fingers, place them under the chin, and inhale up the elbows. Exhale, push those fingers out towards me, round the back, round the shoulders. Pull the belly back towards the spine, warming up that back and abs, and then inhale up the arms once again. It's okay if the hands separate, and then exhale them all the way down. Inhale them up once again. Exhale them in front of the heart center. Interlace them. Inhale under the chin. Inhale up those elbows. Exhale round the back. Inhale it up. Open up those hands. Inhale it up again. Exhale those hands down in front of the heart center. Interlace the fingers. Shift them over once maybe. Might feel good doing that. Inhale up. Exhale, getting into those fingers. Really allow those fingers to expand. Inhale up those hands. And then exhale, open up those hands and all the way down. I'm going to come off my black here for this next section. You can stay on if you want. So let's inhale up those hands. Grab onto that right wrist. Really reach it up and then exhale over. Keep the left sitting bone down. Oh yeah. Right sitting bone down. Inhale up. Exhale those hands all the way down. Inhale up again. Grab onto that other wrist. Inhale it up. Exhale it over to the opposite side. Inhale up to center. Exhale those hands down. Now go ahead and inhale up that right arm. And then exhale, walk the left hands out. Maybe bend the elbow and reach. Keeping that right sitting bone down. That hip wants to come up. Leave it down. Turn the palm up towards the sky. Really inhale, really feel that body lengthening. And then exhale, just let everything soften. Maybe looking up towards the ceiling. Inhale all the way up. And exhale that hand down. And just take a moment here. Close your eyes for a second and notice the difference between that right side of the body and the left side. Go ahead and inhale up that left arm. Exhale, walk those right fingers out. Maybe soften the elbows if it's available. And with each inhale, just really feel those fingers reaching to the side. As you exhale, turn that pinky finger up towards the sky, opening up the chest, and exhaling, letting the whole body surrender. With each inhale, reach. Exhale, let everything soften. Maybe look up towards the ceiling if it's available to you with your neck. And then inhale back up and all the way down. Let's get into our neck a little bit. So we're going to take a nice big inhale, then exhale, dip that chin down to the chest. And then take another big inhale, then roll that head over to the right. And then exhale that all the way down, that chin down to the chest and all the way over to the other side. When you get to each side, take that inhale once again, and then exhale it all the way down. On your next exhale, try to kind of roll that head all the way around now. Come all the way to the side, take an inhale, and then roll the head back. And exhale it. Nice big circles. Let the shoulders relax back. Don't lose your posture. Sit nice and tall. Then after you've gone 2 or 3 times, go ahead and reverse the direction. And if you feel a particular tight spot in the neck anywhere, you can go ahead and stay in that spot for a little while. Maybe rock it back and forth. Bring your awareness to the neck. Roll the shoulders back. Nice and slow. Looking for any of those tight areas. Maybe stay in that area a little bit longer. It's typically one side is usually tighter than the other side, and that's very typical for everyone. And then come back to center. Inhale up those arms once again. Exhale those hands in front of the heart center, interlace them. Inhale it up and exhale round. Inhale up those hands and then those hands down. Okay, let's come on to our hands and knees in a table position. Inhale up. Exhale, round the back. Pull the belly back towards the spine for some cat-cows. Go ahead and move those cat-cows around any way you want. As you inhale, really pull that chest back, let the shoulders relax, crown of the head reaches, not the chin. And then as you exhale, round the back, pull the belly back towards the spine, maybe come back towards the heels. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, round the back, come back to center, come back towards the heels. Just move that cat-cow around. Might feel good to come back towards one heel and then back to center. Exhale back towards another heel, getting into the side body a little bit more. You can even barrel roll this. Like sometimes that feels really good. We come back towards one heel, roll to the other side, and then come back to the middle. Kind of move the shoulders, wag the tail, get all that crunchiness out of the back. And don't put all your weight into those front hands. Really find that balance between the front and the back. Inhale that right foot back out. Breathing, just hold that foot here. Nice and level, try not to let the right hip come up high. It wants to come up high a lot of time. Feet pointed straight down towards the middle. Flexing those feet, keeping those as if you're stepping on a wall behind you. If you want to take it up a level, you can extend the left arm out. Breathing. Do what feels good for your body here. Take that nice big inhale. As you exhale, bring that knee in towards the chest, round the back. Inhale it out. Exhale, round it toward the chest. Inhale it out. You can also add in the arm. Exhale that knee and the arm towards one another. They may touch, they may not. And inhale it out. Exhale the hand down. Bring those toes all the way down and then gently push back towards the heel. Breathing. Slowly release that foot and then swing the left foot behind you, coming into the inner arch of the right foot, and take that left hand right underneath the shoulder. And then inhale up the right arm for a side plank here. Just warming up this plank. Exhale the hand over the head now. Nice side stretch here. Inhale up that arm. Exhale it over the head. Now we're going to inhale, we're going to come all the way up. So inhale all the way up. Bring those hands up together and then exhale over to the opposite side. Inhale up those arms. Exhale the left arm underneath the left shoulder. Extend that right arm all the way up. And then roll the right shoulder down. And come back into that cat-cow position, that table. Inhale up for the cow. Exhale for the cat. Come back to that neutral position and table and extend the left leg back behind you. Flex that foot. Keep those, spread those toes. Breathing. Again, if you want to take it up a little bit, a level, a little bit more, you can extend the right arm. The trick in staying balance this is really squeeze that arm towards the ear and the leg towards that center line. Picture a string coming through the crown of your head and all the way out the tailbone. That's your center line of your body. That's your balance line. Take a nice big inhale as you exhale. Bring that left knee in. Maybe the arm with it if you're using that arm. Do what feels right for your body today. Exhale it together. Inhale out. Exhale together. Inhale it out. If you have the arm extended, bring it down. Hold it once more. Pull the belly in to support that body, and then bring those toes all the way down, shifting the weight back towards the left heel. Breathing, getting into that back calf. Release that squeeze back behind you. Come back to neutral. Swing the right leg back behind you. Take the right arm, stack it right underneath the right shoulder, and then inhale up the left arm as you come to the inner edge of that left foot, maybe even letting it push against the outer edge. Take that inhale and exhale over that arm. Inhale it up. Exhale it over. Inhale it up. Exhale it over. We're going to come up all the way this time. So soften the right elbow and inhale all the way up. And then exhale over towards the left leg. Being careful not to push into the knee. Either come above the knee or maybe challenge yourself to come below the knee. Breathing. Inhale it all the way up and come back into the side plank. Roll the left shoulder down, come back into that table. Inhale up for your cow. Exhale for the cat. Tuck all 10 toes under. And then lift the knees up just an inch. Breathing, pulling those abs in. Take another big inhale and then push those hips all the way back until they don't go any further. Really extending the arms in the back. And then inhale up the hips as high as they go into our downward facing dog. Exhale the chest back towards the thighs. Don't worry about if those knees are bent. You're just warming up here. Don't collapse the palms of the hands into the mat. Really push with the palm out of the thumb out through the pinky finger. Claw that mat. And then walk the dog. Shift the weight from one heel and then to the other heel. Then come up high on the toes. Really lift the hips as high as you can. Soften the back and the chest back towards those thighs. Breathing, and then baby step your way all the way to the front of the mat. Allow those knees to bend as you get closer. Maybe have those blocks handy to hold on to those blocks. Forward fold. Now, if your belly is getting in the way here, just pull it in, tuck it in, and pull it to the side to give yourself some more room. Allow the knees to bend here. Try to get the chest on the thighs, the belly on the thighs. Let the head drag. Go ahead and just rag down those arms, holding onto those elbows, and then just sway the elbows in front of you. Getting into the side again a little bit. Bring those hands to the side of the legs and inhale it halfway up. Try to make a number 7 with the back. Exhale it down. Hands on the hips. Squeeze the elbows together. Soften the knees and then slowly find your way all the way up. Standing. Inhale up those arms. Exhale in front of the heart center. And then open up into your Tadasana. Flex all 10 toes off the mat. Feel the upper legs, the quads engaging. Roll the shoulders back over the hips. Arms out to the side. Maybe challenge yourself here. Close your eyes. Check into your balance. If your toes are flexed off the mat, relax them down, but feel and maintain the 4 corners of the feet. Don't allow the arches to collapse into the ground, nor be on the edges of the feet. Soften the knees, but keep the quads engaged. Pull the chin in just a millimeter to feel the core of the body charge up. And when you close your eyes, if your body is swaying all over the place, check in with the pelvic tilt. Do you have your pelvis tilting one way or coming the other way? Find that neutral spine. Slowly open those eyes if they're closed. Inhale up those arms. Soften the knees and then swan dive, palms up towards the ceiling until they get to the shoulders, all the way down. Place those hands on the floor and step back to the downward facing dog. You can also come to a puppy if downward facing dog is not in your wheelhouse today. From downward facing dog, step the left foot in towards the middle of the mat just slightly, and then inhale up the right leg. A nice big inhale. And then exhale that leg all the way forward. Think about tracing the outer edge of your mat with your knee as far as it'll go, and then swing it around. The other option is to bring it in as close as you need to. Come down to the knee, walk the hands back, and then swing the leg forward. Using the blocks here, try to have them nice and handy for a low lunge. In this low lunge, be sure that the knee is in line with the ankle. You can actually allow it to go beyond a little bit in this low lunge, but once we come up to a higher lunge, you really want this to stay in line to protect the knees. So I like to keep it this way most of the time anyways. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward a little bit. Walk back with the blocks. Reach nice and tall with that body, and then exhale, allow the hips release. Maybe challenge yourself by inhaling up with the arms. Be mindful to pull the belly off that front leg. Don't be collapsed, that body collapsed in. If you have those hands elevated, come back down to the front of the legs. Tuck the back toe under, and then lift the back knee. If that's not in the wheelhouse for you, just stay right where you are with the knee down below. Take another big inhale and then slide that foot all the way back, coming back into the downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Stepping that right foot towards the middle a little bit helps. And then exhale that leg forward. In whichever way it works for you. Drop the back knee down to begin with, into that low lunge. Really keep that back nice and straight. And then exhale, feel the hips release. And then slowly walk those blocks back. If it really bothers you to be on that back knee up more, you can curl that mat under to give yourself a little bit of extra cushion. Maybe use a blanket to put under the knee. In this low lunge, think of your legs being hip width apart. You don't want to be in a tightrope here. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, pull that left hip back, right hip forward, feel those legs squaring, and that hip squaring towards the front of the mat, and inhale up the arms. Pull the perineum, that bottom part of the body up, pull the belly in, pull the ribs up, and then exhale, allow the hips to release. This is really getting into that psoas muscle right in here. Exhale those hands down. You can bring them down to the floor or your blocks, whatever's available to you. Slowly pull that front foot back, that knee, tuck the toes, and come back into downward facing dog or puppy. Inhale the right leg once again. Exhale it forward, dropping the back knee down or keeping it up here. Okay, it's your choice, whatever feels better for your body. I'm going to keep it down for this angle. And then inhale up those arms. Take that right hand onto the waist. Pull that right hip back a little bit. And then as you exhale, allow the hips to release and reach with that left hand as far as you can go. Bend the elbow and place it just above the knee, pointing those fingers towards the front of the mat. And when you're ready, take that right arm, place it on top of that left hand. Push the hands firmly together. Raise the chest towards those hands. So you want, thinking that heart center towards the thumb. And if it's available and you want, you can inhale, open the arms. Keep them together. Or you can tuck the back foot and lift that knee for that low lunge prayer twist. Whatever feels best for you. Drop that back knee down. Release the twist, come back to that low lunge. Tuck the toe under, pull the front foot back, downward facing dog. Drop the knees down, hips over the knees, and come into that puppy. Feel free to use a block in that puppy pose. Really allow the chest to sink towards the ground. Slowly pull yourself back up to that table position. Tuck the toes. Come back to downward facing dog for the other side. Inhale up the left leg. Exhale back towards the right heel. And then swing that leg forward, dropping the left knee down. Inhale up those hands. Exhale those hips down. You can even hold on to that front leg here. That feels better for you. Go ahead and take that left hand onto the hips, like that crease between the hip and that left leg. Pull that left hip back a little bit. Take another big inhale and then reach with the right arm. Think about reaching towards maybe 11 o'clock on a clock, 11. Hinge the elbow, place it just above the knee. Stack the hands for prayer twist on the other side. Firmly push the hands together, twist the left shoulder back. And again, you can inhale, open those arms if that feels good. Tuck the back toe. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward when you lift that back leg if you want to go into a higher twist. You can inhale, open the arms here. Pick what feels best for your body today. If you have the knee lifted, bring it down. Release that twist. Inhale up those arms. Exhale those hands down. Pull the front foot back into puppy. Take another big inhale and then shift that body all the way forward onto the belly. Bring those hands to your side, just gently touching the mat, and then inhale up for a baby cobra here. Maybe even elevate the hands off. Keep the neck nice and neutral. Inhale up. Maybe airplane the arms. Inhale up. Keep the tops of the feet firmly planted into the earth, and then exhale it down. Inhale back to that knee plank, nice straight body, and then exhale back to a child's pose. Breathing. Slowly inhale back forward, tucking the toes. Coming back to the puppy or the downward facing dog. Inhale up that right leg, and then hinge the knee and allow the foot to come over towards the left side, shifting the weight back towards that left heel, opening up those hips. You might even be able to glance under the left armpit and see the foot. Square off those hips once again. Straighten that leg back behind you and then swing that leg forward, replacing the right hand. Pivot the back foot so that it becomes sideways on the mat, parallel with the back edge of the mat. You want that heel to intersect that back arch. Take that right hand, place it on top of that leg, and then push yourself up to standing for warrior two. Extend the arms out in front of you. Now here you are a little bit on a tightrope, then into that front knee. The idea is to get the leg parallel to the ground if you want. That might not be in your wheelhouse. You might not be ready for that right now. The body is centered. Think of a line coming up through the tailbone, the crown of the head. Gaze over that third finger. Flip that front hand open and reverse the warrior. Bending into the front leg as that left hand slides down the back left leg. Come back to the warrior two. This time take the left hand on the waist and reach with the right hand until the body no longer reaches anymore. Hinge the elbow, place it just above the knee. Inhale up that left hand and then over the head. Side angle pose. Really allow those hips to release down. Inhale up the left hand, place it on the waist. Straighten the front leg and allow the right hand to come down to the floor, the leg. This might be where you use a block. Feel free to shorten your stance up if you need to. Try to keep that front leg open or straight. Roll open and up the left shoulder. And when you're ready, inhale up for your Trikonasana. This pose is all about reaching up and expanding as opposed to trying to get down. So do what feels right for your body. Take a nice big inhale, allow that left arm to come back to the waist. Soften the front knee, maybe using your block here, and roll the left shoulder down back into that low lunge. Pull that front foot all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale to a plank. Knees up or knees down. Exhale it all the way down. Place those hands firmly next to the chest and inhale up for cobra. Exhale it down. Inhale back to your plank. Tuck the toes and exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale up that left leg. Go ahead and hinge that knee and allow that leg to fall over to the right side, keeping those shoulders square towards the body. Maybe looking under the right armpit. Inhale that leg straight back. Square off those hips. Swing that leg forward. Replacing that left hand. Coming into the inner arch and outer edge of that right foot. Heel intersecting the arch. Place that left hand on top of the, just above the knee, and push yourself up to the warrior on the other side. Breathing. Making sure that knee does not go beyond the ankle. Flip that front hand open. Inhale it up. Exhale it over. Let's reverse the warrior. Come back to that warrior two. Take that right hand on top of the wrist. Reach with that left hand until the body no longer can reach any further. Hinge the elbow, place it just above the knee. Roll the right shoulder back. Inhale, up that right arm and over the head for the side angle pose. Really allow the hips to release here. Breathing. Inhale, open that right arm, bring it to the waist. Look down to the front foot, and then slowly straighten that front leg, allowing the left hand to come down to the floor, a block. Maybe you'll just stay on the leg here. Okay. Feel free to shorten your stance up. Try to keep the front leg straight the best that you can. Roll the right shoulder back and then inhale up the right arm for a Trikonasana. Maybe flex all 5 toes of that front foot off the mat so you can feel the 4 corners of that feet. Shift the weight back towards that back edge of that right foot so that the arms are light. Open up the body. Slowly soften the knee. Roll the right shoulder down, coming back into a low lunge. Now you can come down with that knee down or that knee up. And then slowly pull that front foot back to either puppy or downward facing dog. Drop both knees down if they're not in puppy. And exhale back to child's pose. Slowly find your way up from child's pose. Come into a seated position. Go ahead and grab onto your block and place it in between the knees and sit nice and tall here. Nice straight back. We don't want to round the back and lose that core. Okay. So you might want to stay right here. Or if you have the balance and the core support, maybe rock back onto the sit bones and holding on to the legs. Nice straight core. If you feel the body starting to give and the back give, then you need to lower the legs or maybe bend them a little bit more. If it's available, go ahead and release the arms. Now you have a lot of choices here. You can have those legs together. You can stay up. You can even keep them down here. So do what feels right for you and inhale up the arms. Exhale the right elbow down. Inhale it up. Exhale the left elbow down. Inhale it up. Exhale the right elbow down. Inhale it up. Exhale the left elbow down. I lifted up my knees here just for a moment. You can keep those feet down. Do what feels right for your body. Inhale up and then release the arms down. Maybe hold on to the legs a little bit more, but everyone bring the heels down if they're not already down and release. A little bit of ab work here. Okay, once again, come back and balance on those sitting bones. You can keep the heels down or raise them up for a little bit more of a challenge. Take those hands together, collapse those hands together, maybe point the fingers. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, bring the fingers over towards the right side. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Keep that core and that back straight. Yeah. One more time each side. And exhale over. Come back to center, nice straight body. And release. Okay, one more time. Inhale it back. Now we're just going to balance here. Now if you have those feet down, keep them down if that's fine. Or a little bit more of a challenge, keep them up, both arms out. Take a nice big inhale and then slowly come into lower boat. Extend the feet and the shoulders back into that lower boat. If you want something that's a little bit more challenging, maybe inhale back up to the high boat and then exhale it down. If not, if this is not in your wheelhouse today, maybe just stay in high boat with the heels down. Stay in low boat. One more. Exhale it down. Let everybody come down. Bring it down. Slowly roll it down. Release the block. Bring the knees into your chest. Roll it back and forth. A little bit of circles here. We're going to come into a nice little twist here. Maybe rocking back and forth a little bit, checking in with that lower back. Allow the knees to come directly over the hips, arms out into a T, and this time roll the entire body to the left side, stacking the right hand on top of the left. Keep the knees where they are, but inhale, open the right arm towards the right. Maybe do a whole little angel wing thing here to loosen the shoulder if it needs a little bit more loosening and opening into this twist. Maybe take that left hand on top of that right thigh. Slowly release that twist, bring everything back to center. And then go ahead and slowly roll over to the right side, stacking the left hand on top of the right hand. And then inhaling, open that left hand to the other side, using maybe that right hand on top of the left thigh. When we go into our twist in this way, this is the safest way to protect that SI joint. The SI joint is that little joint that is right by the tailbone of our body. When that thing gets out even a millimeter, we feel it. A lot of times if we feel like our back is out, we didn't really pull it or anything and it just doesn't feel right, it's usually an SI joint issue. Slowly release those legs, inhale back to center. Give yourself one more little hug, and then exhale both legs down, all the extremities down, palms up to the sky, and prepare for your Shavasana. If there's anything else in your practice that you feel like your body needs, then take this time to do that. Otherwise, close your eyes and bring them to the third eye center. Inhale all the way up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, feel the body fully surrendering down. Continue to watch that breath. Feel the coolness of the air coming in the nose. As you exhale, feel the body releasing any stress, tension, anxiety. Feel the muscles in the face smooth and release. The jaw will release, the teeth might separate, even feeling the tongue relax. Continue to follow that breath with each inhale. And as you exhale, feel the shoulders releasing into the earth and the prana making its way down each arm, past the elbows, through the wrists, into the palm of each hand until it makes its way through the joint of each finger and out the fingertips. Feel the heart center rise and inflate with the inhale. As you exhale, feel your heart center softening, the navel center pulling back, and the flow of the prana making its way through the pelvic bowl, into the hips, and down each leg. Past the knees, through the ankles, and all the way up to the joints of each toe until it reaches the tips of the toes. So that with each healing breath, we inhale all the way up to the crown of the head. And as we exhale, you're releasing any remaining stress, tension, anxiety out the nose, the eyes, the ears, the mouth, the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes, every pore of the body. So the only thing you're remaining is that peaceful relaxation. Just enjoy the moment. Slowly wiggle those fingers and toes, bringing yourself back to the present moment. Letting the body fully awaken. And then pull one knee in, then the other, giving yourself a gentle hug. And then when you're ready, roll to your side using your arm or your hand as a pillow. And taking a moment to reflect on your practice. Notice how the body is settled. The breath is settled. And the mind is settled. With your head heavy and your eyes closed, gently push yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands together in a prayer position. Rub them together, creating heat and friction into the palm of your hands. And then cup your eyes, blocking out all the light and opening your eyes up into that darkness, absorbing that energy. Bring the hands back together to the forehead, bow your head. Namaste.